So, good morning all. My name is Rafael Bortolini. I and my colleague Leonardo are very happy to be here today. We're going to talk about tools for flexibility in collaborative processes. Our company is a BPMS vendor located in Brazil. We have a BPMS software called Orquestra BPMS, and we have been working for the past 10 years in BPM projects in the country. We have about 500 customers in Brazil, mainly in government. We're going to talk today about process that lives between the boundaries of this process spectrum, process that share aspects of both structured process management and dynamic process management, and how we're dealing with this. Let's take, for example, a public hospital. It's our business case. Public hospital is very common in Brazil. It serves more than 6,000 patients per year and buys more than $500 million in medications per year. To buy all these medications, it has a purchase process, which is very, very complex. As a government-owned company, it has legal issues and regulations to buy. But at the same time, it's life and death. If you don't buy medication, someone might die. It's in hospital. So this kind of process it's usually very, very complex with dozens and dozens of tasks, many knowledge workers, and in Brazil can take up to 6 to 12 months to conclude a buying process, a purchase process. So the main focus of our conversation today is how we can combine dynamic aspects to structured process that has legal issues, for example. We have been working in the past years with some government companies in Brazil with some set of features to enable more flexible process, but at the same time, with security and audit trails and all these security things. We're going to talk about these features in our demo. The first thing we're going to talk about is decision support. We're gathering history information for past executions to allow the business user to be more concerned about the impact of their decisions in the process, like where it's going to go the process if I choose some aspects. We also have developed a series of flexible operations. We're allowing business users to do some basic operations that have not been modeled in the process at first place. For example, it's very common in collaborative process to go back to a previous task. It's very, very common. And not always you have modeled all this going back activities. So we enable business users to do that with even if not had been modeled. Ad-hoc task execution, it's an important aspect of collaborative process too. We're going to show you how we're dealing with this, even enable users to define new paths or create new activities. And finally, we're going to talk about live changes in the process, including pre-production and production, how we enable users to change the process with a very fast way. All of this with great tracking of all these operations, a great security concerns, audit trails to these kind of operations. It's important to notice too that we have a great focus on simplicity. So we're going to show you how we are dealing with all these aspects and all these features with a great user experience at the same time enable business users to use these features with very easily. Some important concerns that we have enable and empowering business users is about who can do this kind of operations in the process execution, and if I can do it, should I do it at this specific moment? It's some questions that we are always dealing with. So in resume, we're talking about a structured process that has, for example, legal issues, but with flexibility and at the same time, security. This means in this process spectrum that you all know a lot about this graph, how can we enable some process to share some characteristics and some aspects of both structured process management and dynamic process management, or in some cases like we call BPM or ACM and all these things. So my colleague Leonardo will show how decision support, flexible operations, ad hoc task execution, live change, security, combined with concerns about user experience are working together, combined to allow a great user execution of collaborative process in this scenario that I have shown you. Thank you very much.